Saludos, 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 ¿cómo está mi gente? Le habla para HD Game directamente desde República Dominicana para el mundo. Para mí es un honor y un placer, pues nuevamente estar por aquí trayéndole mucho más contenido de Genshin Impact, en el cual, pues en el día de hoy vamos a estar realizando la misión legendaria La Gran Ofrenda de Narukami, o mejor conocida como la misteriosa leyenda urbana. Como ya sabrán, pues va cambiando según los pasos, vamos avanzando. Pero nada, procedemos a invitar de una vez a cada una de las personas que observen el vídeo. Si no se han suscrito al canal, a que se suscriban. Pues solamente deben de darle lo que es el botón rojo en la parte derecha. Al ladito tienen la campana de notificaciones para que se activen las notificaciones pues de las diferentes actividades que venimos realizando a través de este medio. También les pedimos porque nos ayuden a seguir adelante compartiendo el contenido con sus amigos y familiares, comentando las inquietudes, quejas o sugerencias que tengan para nosotros. Y píquenos, pues dándole like si les gusta el contenido que les traemos a través de este medio. Pues nada, mi gente, acá como pueden observar, estamos ya con la misión de la señorita Yaemiko, en el cual pues nos pide lo siguiente: pasea por Hanamisaka. Vámonos por acá. ¡Yuba! Acá voy a proceder a cambiar de personaje. ¿Por qué? Porque acá vamos a encontrar muchos cerezos, muchos frutos del cerezo, y queremos tenerlo todito, todito, gente. Véngale para acá, vámonos con nuestra chuconcito, ven para acá. Exactamente. Acá, como pueden observar, tenemos dos. Ok, ahora sí, vámonos para acá. Aquí vamos a escuchar Activa.
Come on, this is a no-brainer, man. There's only one thing worth wishing for, and that is a ton of Mora.
But the exam's next week. If I fail again, I'm seriously done for. I'm better off wishing that my exam goes smoothly.
It's just an exam. Trust me, there's no problem you can't solve by throwing Mora at it. Till it does.
What are they arguing about? It's quite a spirited debate.
Huh? Really? You need but stand on this land at midnight, lower your head and recite a special incantation, then your wish will come true.
¿Qué significa eso?
You guys really aren't in the loop. This, my friends, is the next big thing. A highly effective wish ritual guaranteed to make your wishes come true.
A wish ritual?
No suena de fiar, claro que no.
That's just not how the world works.
I didn't believe it at first either, but that changed when it worked for someone I know.
No diga, no diga.
Kunihiko. He's practically always been unemployed, wastes his days away, and he owes a lot of money. Like a lot. But get this. I don't see him for a few days, and suddenly I find him dressed to the nines and feasting at a high-class restaurant. I heard it directly from him. He used this wishing ritual, and the next day he woke up to find his whole bed filled high with Mora.
His whole bed was filled with... Wow!
Of course, I'm sure the part about waking up lying on a bed of Mora is a bit of an exaggeration. Whether you believe it or
Están
not,
exagerando,
it's
están
not
exagerando.
exactly
If you're still feeling skeptical, just ask around. There are a lot of very compelling stories going around these days.
Really? Well, come on! Let's go ask around for...
Vámonos, vámonos.
If it really is true, then just think of all the Mora Paimon could... Oh, and you'd finally be reunited with...
Vamos la papelera. Vamos la papelera. La gran ofrenda de Narukami activada. Vámonos por acá de una vez. Ya que estamos por aquí, por el herrero. Joder, tío. No quería hablar contigo, abuelo. ¿Termina el diálogo? El abuelo, creo que va del abuelo. Ok, una espada fue que me dio. Ahora sí, querer forjar la forja. Vámonos por acá. Vámonos por acá. Por acá, por acá. Y a ver, a ver, a ver. No. A ver. No creo que sea muy recomendado por ahí. Vamos a dejar esa forja para luego. Y a ver qué dicen por acá. El chimeo.
Grasp the thought in mind. Clear like the light of the moon. As close as kin with you. No, thou.
No, it's not hear my summons, it's...
Hey! What are you guys up to?
Whoa! You scared me.
Incantation? Are you guys trying out this new wishing ritual stuff too?
Junkichi is trying it out, to be specific. He's hit a bit of a creativity block recently, so... I'm helping him make a wish that I obviously don't. But Junkichi never listens to an outside opinion, so all I can do is go along with it.
Mr. Shigeru, can you please be a little more accommodating? This is extremely important to me. People have had all kinds of wishes come true. Become more attractive, get rich quick.
Sí, como diga.
I'm just a
Fariseo.
poor, struggling writer looking to get over... Anyway, I just know this is going to work. I have a gut feeling about it.
Didn't you say the same
Como
thing
diga,
when
como
you went to
diga.
worship the Grand Narukami shrine?
The Omamori from the shrine take too long to have any effect on your luck. Alright, enough of that. Help me get this in...
Look at you now. Trying
El
to be Smith's
conjurillo,
many old light novel.
Wait. What? This wishing ritual comes from a...
Yep, it's from the one called A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits. No, it's most likely a self-published title. It just appeared out of nowhere and took Inazuma by storm. As a fellow writer, I'll refrain from passing comment on how well the story is written, but everyone is saying the wishing incantations it contains are the real deal.
Look, Junkichi. Yes, everyone's saying it's real, it works, but that's only half the story. I've also heard lots of people saying that everyone who's had their wish granted using this method starts behaving.
What's so
Son
surprising about that?
poseídas, son poseídas.
They're probably just giddy.
Vamos.
Why don't we go to the
Sospechoso,
sospechoso. And ask Yaimiko about it?
Claro que sí, que está
She's the expert
sospechoso.
when it comes to both light novels and the supernatural.
Sí, chopechocho. Yemiko, ¿dónde tú mandas? Ok, vámonos al gran santuario Narukami. Por acá. Por acá. Y allá vamos, gente. Pero antes vamos a tomar el palillo de la suerte. No me dejan, no. Dejaron, no.
Rico! Great, you're here.
Aquí tenemos una persona pidiendo la ayuda de
hello there, young
Miko.
ones. What brings you to the shrine? It just so happens that I have a wonderful Oh? Well, what did you want to ask?
Well, we were just... actually, you look kind of busy. Is this about...
No, not at all. It's not...
Lady Guji, what do you mean, nothing major? I'm begging you, you've got to help me save my brother.
¿Qué le está pasando,
It really
chico?
is nothing major. I stand by that. But since you're so curious, let's have him relate the story one more time, just for you.
You two seem to have a good relationship with Guji-ai. Please, put in a good word for me. You have to convince her to help my brother. Here's what happened. My name
¿Qué le
is
pasó a tu
Kato
hermano?
Yoho, and my brother is Kato Shingo. All he's ever wanted is to become a swordmaster. So he once asked Sensei Domon of the Meikyo Shisui art to take him on as a disciple. Domon turned him away. took one look at him and said he didn't have what it takes to train in the art of the sword. But my brother wasn't about to but since his victory, he's been acting extremely strange. It's like he's become a completely different person. The doctors can't find anything wrong with him, so I'm betting it must be the work of an evil spirit. That's why I'm here, begging for Guji-Ai's help.
You know, there really aren't as many evil spirits lurking around as you seem to think. Your brother achieved the goal he'd been striving toward for as long as he can remember.
Como dijo la señorita Miko.
He'll recover on his own soon.
No, Lady Guji. If you saw him for yourself, you'd know. I guarantee you, he's not acting like someone who feels empty and lost.
Oh, all right. Then tell me, when did your brother spar with Domon's disciple?
About 5 days ago.
5 days ago, you say?
Yes, Lady Guji. That's a long time for him to be acting up like this. I'm really worried about him. Our greatest wish is to one day found our own school, just like Domon. We can't jeopardize that dream now.
Wait a minute, now I'm a little confused. Are you here to save your brother, or are you here to make your dreams of founding a martial arts school come true?
Well, they're kinda two sides of the same coin, aren't
Van de la mano para cosas, dice claro que sí, Gigo.
What? Rumors?
Oh dear. Well, that's too bad.
Lady Guji, please stop changing the subject. This is someone's life we're talking about here. Please.
Miko, he seems really desperate. This thing with his brother sounds really bad. Come on, you should help him.
Okay, fine. Then it's decided.
Yay, Miko! So you're gonna help him?
Kato, whatever your name was, these two guests are trusted acquaintances of mine. And in fact, they are experts in resolving all manner of strange and supernatural phenomena. Exorcisms and that sort of thing are all in a day's work for them.
Yeah! Wait a sec!
Really?
Is that hesitation that I detect in your voice? So let me get this straight. You come begging to me for help, I actually recommend someone for the job, then suddenly you start doubting me?
Not at all. Never. Whatever Lady Guji says, I trust wholeheartedly. Thank you, too, for your willingness to help. Please follow me.
Ay, ¿qué le pasó a Miko? Miko, ¿por qué me lo tira a mí? Me tiró hasta y muerto a mí.
Don't worry. If he wants an exorcism, just grab a handful of salt and mutter some mumbo
sí,
jumbo.
aprovechada, tú eres una aprovechada.
It's a common trope in light novels, right? You just have to have a bit of bravado. As soon as the protagonist gains self-confidence, everything else just magically falls into place. Well, you were the ones who seemed concerned about his situation. Don't you think it would be a little unfair to make me do all the work? Besides, we both know you wouldn't be here at the Gran Narukami Shrine unless you had a request for me too. This is an opportunity to demonstrate that you come in good faith.
This feels all wrong. But you...
Alright, let's go. Don't worry now, I'll be coming along too.
Como diga jefa, Miko.
Go visit his brother.
Claro que sí, vamos a seguir a Jubercito. ¿Y dónde se fue Juber? A ver, Juber, ¿dónde te fuiste? Véngale para acá. Ok, vamos a la aldea Conda. Conda, aldea, Conda, la aldea. Aldea la Conda, aldea la Conda, Conda. A ver, ya hemos aparecido por acá. A ver, por aquí. ¿Y qué es lo que pasa? No hay nada.
How strange. My brother's been meditating here pretty much
como diga.
Meditating? Yeah, it's something that he suddenly started doing after defeating Domon's disciple. He just sits there alone, talking to himself. It's pretty... But that's not important right now. Where the heck could he have gone in his current state?
This does pose a bit of a problem. If we can't find your brother, well, Kato, whatever your name was, given the circumstances, why don't you start by going to find your brother, and also picking up a handful of salt on your way? We'll need...
Okay, got it. I'm on it.
Okay, one moment.
Shouldn't we help look for his brother too?
No need. While What's-His-Face is handling that, we'll take a walk around and ask people what they know about the two brothers. Maybe we'll find out.
Claro que sí, vamos a una investigación de esos pendejos, chicos. A ver. ¿Dónde? Vamos a investigation. ¿Quién está por acá? Ah, ¿qué tenemos aquí? Vamos a hablar con este caballeroso.
Hello, sir. We'd like to ask you about the Kato brothers.
Oh, are you debt collectors? Yohei said to tell you not to worry. He'll be able to pay you back as soon as he has enrolled a few disciples.
Huh? Debt collectors? No, we're not. But, it sounds like Yohei and Shingo have gotten themselves into...
Well, yes. I don't think there's any disputing that. Those two don't have an ounce of dedication between them. They just hop between ideas and won't stick to anything.
Como diga, no, nunca lo termina.
That's true, yes. Shingo begged Domon to take him on, and eventually, he finally relented. But even after convincing a renowned sensei to give him a chance, he was in the end, Domon had had enough and kicked him out. But Shingo was resentful about it. He blamed Domon for not seeing his potential, and even declared that he would challenge a disciple of Domon to a duel.
Wait, what? That's not what we heard.
Oh, how interesting. We heard a slightly different version. My brother wasn't about to resign himself to defeat. He trained every day as hard as he could, and finally...
Yohei said that? That Shingo trained hard. That's ridiculous. He just lay there cussing to high heaven all day, every day. Some training regimen, that is. Yohei did tell me about Shingo winning the fight, but I took it with a grain of salt. You can ask Kenji at the village entrance more about that. He all...
Vamos a hablar con ese Kenji. A ver. Calavandra. Calavanda. Somos los Calavandra. Los dios Caladambra. Vaya, ya. Y vaya acá, y vaya para allá.
Hey there, we've come to...
Oh, but you mean Shingo?
Kenji, te refieren a Shingo y Yuer, clarito que
We
sí.
heard that Shingo defeated an apprentice of Domon's recently. Is it...
Yes, it's true. Wait, so are you here because you heard they're starting their own school and you're looking to sign up?
We're not here to sign up, but we would like to hear more details about the fight.
Well, you've come to the right person. I actually went to watch it.
Él mismo la
When I
presenció.
first heard that Shingo was going to challenge a disciple of the Meikyo Shisui art. But when he drew his sword, he became a whole different person. The way he handled his blade, it was like flowing water, mesmerizing to watch. Domon's disciple is no pushover, but he was absolutely no match for Shingo.
Is Shingo really that strong?
Yep, he seemed pretty euphoric after winning the duel too. He was celebrating very vocally, saying something like, "What a duel. I haven't felt this good in a long time."
Any other details to share? We've heard that Shingo has been behaving rather out of character since then.
I'd definitely say that he has more energy than he used to. In the past, he never used to do much except lie around sunbathing all day. But just yesterday,
Nada más
for
vivía
example,
cogiendo
saw
los
him
easy.
cutting down trees for the village head.
Easy.
In the space of one afternoon, he did what most people...
Quite
Things got weird after that, though. The village head brought out some tofu for him, and he just flipped out. He shouted, "What is that stuff? Keep that away from me!" And then ran off.
Lady Guji, esteemed exorcists. I found my brother. He's at the waterfall. And I've got the salt you asked for, too. Come on, let's go.
Vamos que ya, vamos ya,
As
vamos
much as I
ya.
prefer to stay and hear some more delicious details, I suppose we'd better be going now that he has been found.
Ok. Vamos a hacer nuestro trabajo. Sí, señor. Ven para acá.
Illusion shattered.
It's my lucky day.
No tengo ustedes, vagabundo, vagabundo. Vámonos para acá rapiditamente. Si en la cacada, aquí llegamos a la cacada. Aquí llegamos a la cacada. Y a ver, ahí lo tenemos.
Look over there. That's him at the waterfall.
Ajá.
So this is Yohei's brother. Whoa. He's meditating while sitting. Hey, listen! He's talking to himself.
Con tu jingle.
How's that? Can you feel the feeling? Found your own school. Ha! So shallow. How can a manly man? Please, spare me. Spare me. I can't feel the manliness. I can't take any more. I'm gonna die, Yohei. Yohei!
Did you hear that? All the nonsense aside, he's going for help!
Huh? Who?
He's dead!
Vamos a ver qué es lo que viene.
No, don't come any closer. Help!
What do we do? Miko, think of something!
Ajá, vamos a ver qué dice la señorita amigo. Ay, pobrecillo, pobrecillo. Ay, Miko, la pobrecilla. Ay, sí.
Your brother's life is hanging in the balance, and he's using his final breaths to call on you for help. Whatever shall we do? To me is that Shingo feels terribly resentful to you about something. Would you mind telling me?
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
¿Cómo que no tiene idea? Claro que sí que tiene idea. Algo hiciste tú. Algo hiciste, buen pendejo, chico. Tú eres un buen pendejo.
Yohei, I suggest you think very carefully before you open your mouth again. Your brother is your closest relative. You must have noticed straight away when he started acting out of character. And yet, 5 whole days pass before it occurs to you to come and seek help from me. You really expect me not to notice the...
But I...
As you wish.
Que yo qué.
It's fine by me if you don't want to tell the truth. But after Shingo dies, you'll be next. It's futile trying to escape. Anywhere in the world you run to, it will be right behind your back. After all, you did summon it together.
¿Qué? Claro que sí, claro que sí. Habla.
My brother and I used a wishing incantation. Yes, that's it. The one that's all the rage right now. You just have to recite an incantation at midnight and your wish will be granted. Just like the book described, he drew the magic symbol, stepped inside it barefoot at midnight, said after my brother wished to become a swordmaster, it really worked. Out of nowhere, he suddenly had these amazing sword skills. But his whole personality changed too. Because I was worried that if he goes back to normal, he'll lose his skills with the sword. If that happens, it'd ruin our plans to start a martial arts school, and we'd be back to being poor. I just wanted to keep this under wraps until we'd managed to get the dojo set up and paid off our debts.
So then, why'd you go to the Gran Narukami shrine?
Well, cause with the way he's acting now, I was worried that rumors might start spreading that he's gotten involved in the occult arts or something, and then no one would want to sign up as his disciple. So I was thinking that maybe Lady Guji might have a way to get my brother back to normal, but let him keep his sword skills?
My, look at you with your ingenious schemes.
Lo tenía todo bien pensado. Pendejo, tío, mica.
His. They belong to the spirit that has possessed him.
Sí.
You're right. We were wrong to do what we...
All right then. Your turn now, my little friend. Toss the salt and then draw your sword.
A ver, ¿qué le va a pasar?
What is that?
Ven acá.
It's the spirit.
Claro que sí.
That's what you summoned. And look, now that Shingo's no use, it's coming straight for you.
Save me! Save me!
Miko! He fainted! What do we do now?
We do nothing. But you, little one, just a quick fight and this will all be over.
Who's this? Come on, fight me!
Como diga. Como diga, ¿tú quieres una pelea? Vamos a darte una pelea.
Motion to compel.
Ven, ven.
There is no escape. Absurd.
Adiós, dulce sueño. Pinche fantasma.
I haven't felt this great in a long, long time.
No me diga, no me diga.
Disappeared. But he looked pretty content at the... Huh. Well, Paimon sure is confused. Do you know what that was all about?
We can talk about it later. They're about to wake up.
What am I doing here?
Shingo, are you alright?
Chingo, chinguito, chingo, chinguito, chingo, chingo, chinguito.
Yo, I had the weirdest dream. I dreamed that I wasn't a useless loser with the sword anymore. I even beat one of Dolmon's disciples. I thought we could finally open a dojo of our own now. But then I realized I couldn't control my own body. And there was this voice in my ear talking to me constantly. I was terrified and I wanted to take control of my body back, but I couldn't. And the voice kept talking about manliness.
Shingo, we shouldn't have made that wish. We summoned a spirit and it...
Yes, and had we not come to your rescue, your life would have been over before too much longer. Then the spirit would have haunted your brother until he died of fatigue too.
Thank you, Lady Guji. And thank you for your assistance, exorcism experts.
Como diga, como diga.
Take him to get some rest. Old methods to obtain power that does not belong to you. But I think you get the picture now, don't you?
Yes, we understand.
Thank you, thank you, yeah, thank you.
Would they really have lost their lives if... And if so,
Miquito,
They would have been fine. I had to scare them a little, though. Otherwise, I hardly think these two lazy rascals would have learned their lesson.
So, what was it that possessed Shingo?
You saw it all for yourselves. I'm sure you can figure out what kind of spirit had possessed him, can't you?
A ver, un maestro espadachín, una fuerza extraordinaria y un gran vigor. Alguien que le gusta el tofu.
Paimon's got it. It was Oni.
Correct. Although it possessed Shingo, it didn't have any ill intentions. As a matter of fact, it actually seemed like it was trying to...
Fair enough.
Tossing salt caused it to temporarily leave Shingo's body. Then, you exhausted its strength by fighting it, so it disappeared. Even if we'd done nothing at all, Shingo would have eventually become too weak for his body to host the spirit, and it would have left of its own accord. Of course, it would have been more stressful for Shingo and Yohei that way. Still, the experience may ultimately have been more effective than me scaring them into submission with a little
Como diga Miko.
The main thing is that nobody got hurt.
Sí, Miko.
Alright, seems like we've wrapped up everything here. Come on, off we go.
Claro que sí, vámonos.
Miko, you say everything's wrapped up, but are you sure about that?
You mean you disagree? Oh, you mean that they got the incantation from that book. Yes, I know the one.
Actually, that book spoke the whole reason we came looking for you at the shrine today. Incantations seem really popular right now.
Human beings don't have powers like us yokai.
A
It's
ver.
quite understandable for them to be interested in incantations
Miquito,
to summon the supernatural.
Miquito.
That's not the point. The problem is that the incantations in the book are actually capable of summoning spirits and stuff.
Y mucha gente se ha vuelto loca probando cosas misteriosas.
Even if they do successfully summon a spirit with the incantation, it won't stay with them for very long. I really wouldn't fret about it.
But who wrote this book? And why? Don't we think there might be a bigger safety risk here? What do you think, Traveler?
Claro que le preocupa.
Yohei and Shingo may have been fine in the end, but things got pretty scary when Shingo was possessed.
Lady Yai, I finally found you.
Kuroda, what are you doing here?
I'm here to report on Yai Publishing House's sales for the last month. All the numbers are here. Please take a look.
Let me see. What? We're losing market share?
Yes, overall bestseller, readers' favorite, and trending ranking. We're being beaten in all categories. One book is topping the charts. It's called A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits.
Both of you, back here now.
No me diga, Mico, a ver si te interesa que estemos por acá. Ay, sí, ay, sí. ¿Qué te digo? Véngala acá.
Things just got serious. A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits is an all-round hit, summarily beating the novel. Just what is that supposed to mean? I worked extremely hard to promote our latest featured work, and now a rival book comes out of nowhere and steals our thunder. If this isn't the very definition of intolerable, I don't know what is. I have to come up with a counterplan, and you are going to help me.
Y nos vamos y te vamos a ayudar porque tú dices, sí, porque tú lo dices.
Paimon, please. Who wrote
Claro que
this book
sí,
and why?
claro que
Don't
sí,
we think
Miquito,
there might be a
Miquito.
bigger safety risk here?
Como
Am
diga,
I to take
amigo.
it that the safety of the people of Inazuma isn't so important in your eyes after all?
Ajá.
What just happened? Again, you technically have a point, but this feels...
Nothing's wrong
Paimon, no
with it.
cagué, Paimon,
Come
no
on.
cagué.
We're going to war. I'm going to head back
Vámonos
and
por
make
ahí,
some
vámonos.
preparations. Meet me outside the Yai Publishing House.
Ok. Ok, se ha cumplido la primera partecita por acá de lo que corresponde al gran santuario de Narukami. El segundo me dice, vea la editorial ya, el cual pues se denomina Amistad a Punta de Pluma, sería la segunda parte. Pero para esto vamos a proceder de una vez por aquí al mapa para hacer un viajecito rápido y así pues llegar a la zona que nos están pidiendo. Vamos ya rápidamente. Y a ver cómo nos va, y a ver cómo nos va. Sí, señor. A ver, ¿para qué? Vamos a dejarnos llegar por acá. Véngale. Hola, 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 hola. Llegamos con Mico. Mico, llegamos entonces. ¿Cuál es tu plan para lidiar con el líder de las competencias? Sí, Mico.
Why don't you take a guess? I'll give you a hint. It's to do with the Yai public. Oh, wow. Your first guess. Wrong.
Cada palabra que ha dicho está mal, Paimon. Paimon está mal.
A first-hand guide to summoning spirits is the hottest light novel right now. If we did as you suggested, we would effectively be advertising to everyone that in bending over backwards trying to warn everyone about the dangers, all we would accomplish is to create more curious readers ready to try them out. Also, sales for the book would only increase further.
Okay, yeah, that would be pretty
Como diga.
leaving aside the issue of the enormous manpower and resources such an operation would require, going to such lengths over a light novel would be extremely disruptive to the lives of Inazumans.
But that means there's nothing we can do.
Well, I've been thinking. I've read a first-hand guide to summoning spirits. It has many other good qualities besides the incantations alone. The book contains many ancient tales of the supernatural. That's right. How do you get rid of the next big thing? So what we're going to do is create Inazuma's newest hit.
El próximo éxito literario de Inazuma, en el cual será obra nuestra.
This will also be the best way to combat the influence of a first-hand guide to summoning spirits.
Wait, Miko. So you want us to write a novel?
Well, becoming an accomplished novelist certainly isn't an overnight process. But let's not forget that I am the chief editor of the Yai Publishing House.
Como diga, Mika, la amiga Miko, Mika, Yai Miko.
Is in your vocabulary. Anyway, there is a writer's submission event going on at the moment. Start by talking to readers and finding out what they're into. When you have an idea of what the current trends are, come back and see me. I'll be at Uyu Restaurant. Find me there when you're done. I will assemble a team, and we can work while we eat.
Ok. Y a ver, vamos a preguntarle a los lectores ahora por acá. Me marca 3, asiste al evento del escritor y escucha, creo que dice. A ver, ¿qué dice Usuke?
The key to a successful light novel is having good illustrations. When to use illustrations, what they should contain, and which artists you should commission for. Good illustrations can make up for bad writing. But on the flip side, a bad illustration
como diga Usuke.
There's a saying that light novels are essentially a case of buy art, get words free. I'd agree with that. Too bad most of the illustrations in A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits are incredible, but it's unlike any art style I've ever seen before.
Como diga Usuke, uno diferente por acá. A ver qué dice Tusu.
I'll be honest. I read light novels for the cheap thrills. In most traditional stories, the protagonist usually has this long and drawn-out character arc, usually involving a process of separation, loss. By contrast, there's this popular light novel at the moment called
¿Qué lo que
the protagonist
dice?
is a kitsune who has not only mastered the secret art of incantations, but also tea ceremony, painting, and calligraphy.
Como diga, y a ver por acá, el último, ¿cuál será el último?
I've been reading light novels for a long time now.
Kuocha.
I'm really into big,
¿Cómo es?
ambitious fantasy works with an original core
Kyuyota,
concept
¿cómo
and
es?
good storytelling.
Kyuyota.
Everyone seems to be imitating each other. Most of the time, I can guess what the story is about just from the title. The only recent book worth mentioning is A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits. Not only is it a good story, but the descriptions are really true to life. So much so that I'm almost wondering if maybe the author really has met all those yokai before.
Como diga Kyuyota. Ok, aquí investigamos por acá. Ahora vámonos por acá. Rápidamente, vámonos con Miko al restaurante Usu. Que nos lo están pidiendo, pero antes, a ver. A ver. Ahí, vamos a dejarlo ahí. Y vámonos para acá. Vamos al restaurante. Vámonos para acá. Acá en el restaurante estaría la señorita Miko. Miko, Miko. Ya le Miko. Y a ver. A ver.
There you are. Let me introduce the team.
A ver.
You've already met Junkichi and Shigeru. Shigeru is an experienced editor, and Junkichi is the author he's partnered with. Junkichi's working through a creative lull at the moment, but all his past works have been very popular with
Como
young
diga
people.
Junkichi.
He's developed a distinct and enduringly
Estén, ¿cómo estás, Estén?
Satomiya's Yai Publishing House's ace in the hole. Her specialty is that she can write all kinds of completely different stories and all under different pen names. As for what those names are, well, that's a trade secret. They will be teaming up with us to collectively create the novel that knocks a first-hand guide to summoning spirits off its perch. So, feeling better about my plan now?
Como diga, jefa.
It definitely makes sense.
Now then, tell me what you found out about readers' preferences.
Okay.
All very true. An original core concept, a fast pace, quality.
Todo bien, mío, todo bien.
Lots of action. This is the formula that will guarantee good sales numbers. More importantly than that, even though it's a work of fiction, we have to deliver a sense of realism.
Paimon followed pretty much all of that.
Si una sensación de realismo, pues eso está bien, va con vosotros, chicos.
For example, we know we need an original core concept, but
before you can answer that question, you have to understand your target audience.
Okay.
Take a first-hand guide to summoning spirits, for example. When I read it, all I find is common knowledge to the kitsune. But to the general public, it's bursting with new and interesting ideas. It all comes down to the size of the information gap between author and reader. As a traveler, there must be a great many things you know that are complete unknowns to the people
claro que sí, claro que sí.
What is
Claro que me acuerdo, yo me acuerdo de casi todas las personas que jugaban conmigo. Tú eres de Santo Domingo, si mal no recuerdo.
So maybe we can take inspiration from our time in Mondstadt and Lille.
Todavía juego Destiny, pero más en Destiny 2. A partir de la próxima semana que habrá ya el lanzamiento oficial del DLC La Reina Bruja, pues estaremos más en Destiny. También vamos a estar trayendo contenido de Destiny como Genshin Impact, también Uncharted, cualquier otro título que sea de interés para así pasar el rato tranquilo y agradable. Mi amigo Evaldo Gazán, vamos a ver si vamos a elegir títulos. Creo que quedaría bien, mi amigo Evaldo Gazán, refiriéndonos al Arconte Anemo Val 20 y por acá Gran Aventura con un dragón. Creo que mi amigo Evaldo Gazán. Ok, no, si lo juega en PC como quiera puede jugar, porque se puede. Hay juego cruzado activo.
But his true identity was actually the principal of the academy? What kind of plot is that?
Out of a maximum of 10 points, I'd give that
9.5 de 10, como digan yo y Mico.
Sitting in the back row by the window.
Le gustó mi título.
New to the school, whose ordinary life is about to take a wild turn when they meet the ballad and alcohol-loving principal. Sounds interesting. Approved.
Paimon just does not see the appeal.
Como que tiene interesante, mucho interés, Paimon.
But it seems you're filtering them through the lens of the kinds of light novels you've read in the past. I think you really understand what we're trying to do here. Thoughts from the experts? Are we able to work with this general framework to make an interesting story?
Claro que sí.
We think it works. I tend to overcomplicate the core concept if I'm not careful, so this deals with that problem.
That's good. Okay, we're done with Chapter 1. Let's move on to Chapter 2.
Para PC creo que estaría pesando 50 o 60. Aquí en la Play 4 pesa 43. Pero en PC pesa un poquito más porque tiene mejora.
Hurry, Chapter 2, let's go.
En móvil pesa como 20. 20 y algo, Moby.
What's wrong with you? You don't look so good.
What a pity. I thought your beginner's luck
Como
would carry
diga,
you
como
a little
diga.
further before it came to this. But alas, the time has come prematurely.
Before it came to what? What's happened?
The bane of our existence. Right.
Claro que sí, es online, pero más tú puedes jugar solo también, no hay problema. Pero para poder jugar con otra persona, tienes que llegar a nivel 20, creo que a nivel 20, 18, por ahí anda, para poder jugar con otra persona, y esa persona tiene que ser de tu mismo nivel.
Boss, get me a plate of fried tofu. And get some kushikatsu for these
Pero la verdad es un
Just
titulazo.
the basic kind will
Si
do.
jugaste Zelda alguna vez, pues mucho mejor que Zelda. Te lo
Don't
recomiendo,
worry,
lo
this is
recomiendo
my
mucho.
treat.
Your treat? Oh,
Mundo abierto que no tiene fin, mi gente. Es un juego que no prácticamente hace fin hasta ahora.
Of course.
Cada
Everyone who takes part in
45
the
días por ahí
creative
está
process
saliendo
will be paid.
contenido nuevo.
alright, cool.
El cual pues, lo veo sumamente bien, ya que así pues matamos el aburrimiento tranquilamente. Que hablamos de Mora, hablando de Mora. A Paimon nada más le hablan de dinero. Resultó ser la chica rockera. Me convertí en una cría de gato jeva. A ver, la chica rockera, vamos a ver qué dicen por acá.
The Leeway Academy has more student pubs than you can shake a stick at. And as the new kid on the block, the protagonist is the one they're all fighting over. There's the Culinary Club, the Architecture Club, the Funerary Club.
Claro que sí, el juego es un juego sumamente bien.
But in the end, the taking a chance
Lo
on
único
the
que
youthful
tiene
dream
de incómodo es
formed
que en las misiones principales, si quiere entenderla, pues tiene que leer los diálogos y tiene muchos diálogos. Pero en la acción, de que hay acción, es pura acción.
I give it a 9.5. A classic tale of youth and friendship. It never gets old. I especially like the head of the club. Great character design. She really has rock and roll coursing through her veins. I can almost feel the heat from that fire in her soul.
Oh, como diga Mika. Hey,
Great. Well, now Satomi can get started on that.
Leave it to me, Lady Yai.
Satomi, a una buena obra de parte nuestra.
Let's write about Inazuma in the 3rd chapter, shall we? I can help with this one. We can use the Vision Hunt decree or your experience in the Resistance. Any ideas?
Es intolerable, hay que abrir el decreto de captura y de visiones. Hasta nunca decreto de captura de libro. Mi inicio en el ejército de la resistencia, vamos a elegir. A ver, para acá.
When
Claro
the
que sí.
Vision Hunt decree comes out of nowhere, the protagonist joins the resistance, starting out as an ordinary rank-and-file soldier. Find out how the protagonist goes on to make great contributions to the war effort, become best friends with the resistance general, and get to know the Guji of the Gran Narukami Shrine, working together with everyone to finally secure a grand victory for the resistance. Huh. It's surprisingly
Es muy
normal.
común, es muy común.
I think
Vamos
it's
para
rather
acá.
good. A lot of people still like the classic hero's journey, from ordinary soldier to great leader, a fresh take on a timeless classic. One thing though, we'll need to rewrite the part about me giving you the Omamori. Let's change it to... The mysterious Lady Kitsune teaches the protagonist a spell that can make their wishes come true. The protagonist uses this spell to defeat the Raiden Shogun in battle. That should do the trick.
Whoa. So we're really going head-to-head with our rival on this one, huh?
I suppose so. Once they're done writing the manuscript, I'll write the passage where the protagonist recites the incantation myself.
Claro que
Are we
sí.
done then? Do you really think this will be able to beat a first-hand guide to summoning spirits?
The content is fine. Now we just need to promote it. I will contact an artist to make some illustrations. I'm positive they will be at least as good as those in A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits. We'll also need an endorsement on a paper band around the book. I can get the wonderful Ms. Hina to write that. She runs a regular Q&A column in That's Life magazine. The people of Inazuma absolutely adore her. You're free to take a break while the creative team is doing their work, but please go by the Yae publishing house at some point to commission Ms. Hina for that recommendation. Once our light novel is complete, let's meet at the writer's submission event.
Como diga, como diga. A ver, por acá. ¿Para dónde que vamos? Vamos a salir de acá. Vamos por acá. Terminando el diálogo. Ya se aproxima lo bueno, gente. Casi 20. Estamos en la parte fascinante de esta historia. Y a ver, por acá. Vámonos por acá con la editorial ya, Y por ahí. ¿Qué está pasando acá? Kuroa, ¿qué tú tienes para mí, Kuroa?
Miss Hina doesn't usually do endorsements, but since it's Lady Guji that's asking, we'll see what we can do. With Miss Hina getting so popular lately, a lot of people have come to us hoping to do a collaboration. But Miss Hina's not interested in any of it. She still prefers to focus all her efforts on replying to readers' letters, and turns down every promotional opportunity she can. Maybe that's why her fans like her so much. I'm getting off topic here. Anyway, if we can get that endorsement from Miss Hina, you'll definitely get an exposure boost at the beginning. May your light novel sell well and set a new record for the Yae Publishing House.
We'll do our best.
Claro que sí, vamos a hacer lo mejor de lo mejor para eso. A ver. Vámonos con la señora Hina. Amistad, punto de plumilla. Averiguar la versión. Voy a entregar la versión final acá. Hola Hina, ¿cómo está?
Are you sure you'd like to submit this entry? Let me see. The Miraculous Adventures of the Traveler by Thousand Hands.
La increíble aventura del viajero se va a denominar la obra que hemos creado, el cual pues tiene un excelente título y escrito por mis manos. O sea, que pasaron toda la mano del mundo para escribir dicha obra.
What a strange pet name. Definitely your doing. Having been around you so much recently, Paimon's slowly starting to understand your unique tastes.
What do you mean, strange? It took a lot of work by a lot of different people to get this thing finished. Don't you think it's a very descriptive pen name?
We'll get this printed as a matter of priority and conduct trial sales in pilot locations throughout Inazuma. I'll announce the sales numbers in 3 days.
Como diga.
Paimon's getting a little nervous now. Do you really think this is gonna work?
That's right. Be confident in your work. That's exactly how a light novelist should be.
Okay,
Como diga,
then I'll
Miko,
sign you
Miko,
up.
Miko, Miko,
Please come
care
back in
Miko.
3 days for the results. Thank you all for your submission. I wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you, señorita. Vámonos por acá, ¿ves? Dame. Ok, acá nos está pidiendo que venga en 3 días, pero ¿qué pasa? Que podemos hacer lo siguiente para los 3 días. A ver, ¿qué tenemos por acá? A ver. Mira, un cofrecito. Sí, señor. Protogema, le llamamos a eso. Ok, aquí vamos a adelantar el tiempo durante 3 días. Por 3 días. 1, 2. A ver, pasado mañana. Y por allá vamos. A ver. Ok. Vamos nuevamente. Por ahí. Y creo que ahí ya con eso estaría suficiente para los 3 días. Bueno. Bueno. A ver. Ah, claro que sí.
You've all finally made it.
Claro que sí que llegamos. Nakano Chino.
Your light novel is flying off the shelves. Multiple sales locations are asking when we'll be printing more copies.
Ah, no me diga. Claro que sí.
This level of success is an amazing accomplishment for a new work. Most new books don't sell 30% of what you've sold.
Oh, como diga.
I have 3 copies for each of you here. Please take them. The payment will follow shortly, and I'll notify.
Oh yeah! The whole reason why we made this light novel was to combat the... We sold a lot of copies, but it doesn't feel like we accomplished our goal. How do we know whether it worked?
Oh, don't worry. Shh. Listen to what the people around us are talking about. The conversation has already moved on, hasn't it?
Hey guys, have you heard about this latest Kaidan thing doing the rounds? You just need to recite the incantation from A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits at Midnight, and your wish will come true!
Oh, that? That's a throwback. That's old news, man. No one's talking about that anymore. The Secret Spells of Lady Kitsune is the new hit thing. I've already memorized all the incantations.
The Secret Spells of Lady Kitsune? What's that?
You haven't read it yet? Okay, so supposedly, if you recite the spell in there on a moonless night, you'll receive protection of the Kitsune and all the other powerful yokai. They can make any of your wishes come true. I heard that the incantations in A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits have weird side effects. This one guy wished for a load of Mora and got it, but then one night it all turned to leaves and he developed a high fever. They actually had to use one of the secret spells of Lady Kitsune to get rid of the discomfort. That proves that the incantations in this book are more potent than the ones everyone was trying before. Pretty much everyone I know is desperate to try it out. Just waiting for a moonless night.
Really? Well, I better go and prepare too.
Como diga.
Feeling less worried now?
Wow, you're right! Everyone's shifting focus! But what's this moonless night that they're talking about? Hyman doesn't remember that detail from the brainstorming session.
This is something that will become very important to us further down the line. Oh.
Vamos a la siguiente fase del plan. No te pongas así, Paimon. Que ahora que está comenzando.
Also, we still need to figure out what his motive for writing.
Paimon.
Exactly. That's what we need to take care of next. Fortunately, I've already managed to identify the author. He's a failed light novelist named Tomoyuki. But when we went to ask him about it, he had no recollection whatsoever of having written the book. Yes, this is another case of possession. Only this time, whoever possessed him actively sought him out. After his novel submission failed, he was walking aimlessly in Araumi. In frustration, he shouted out, "Please, someone, anyone, help me write a truly amazing novel." After that, he lost consciousness.
But the spirit that wrote the book has already left him now, right? So what are we supposed to do?
Simple. It wrote a summoning incantation in the book, didn't it? So we can just use its own method to make it manifest its... And you, my little friend, are the perfect candidate for this role.
¿Estás sospechoso?
What are you talking about? The fun's just about to begin.
Está lleno de maldad. Maldad. Tú estás lleno de maldad, mico. Pero nada, vámonos por acá. La increíble aventura del viajero. Vámonos por acá. Somos escritores en Genshin Impact. Mico, ¿tú estás por acá?
Illusion shattered.
Mico.
Miko,
Es donde se encuentra el espíritu maligno de Tukuyoki.
Really? But it feels so eerie here.
Claro que sí, vamos por acá. Tanto diálogo. No grita, Paimon, no. Vámonos por acá. Ok. Creo que sería más bien con Eulita por acá. ¿Cómo que no es posible cambiar de personaje? Espérate, vamos a salir de aquí. Espérate, ¿qué es lo que pasa ahí? ¿No es posible cambiar de personaje? ¿Qué es lo que me dicen a mí? Claro que sí que es posible. Todo es posible para hoy the game. A ver ahora. Vámonos de una vez. Sí, señor, sí, señor. Ok, vámonos por acá. ¿Qué tenemos ahí? Qué extraña pintura, Miko. ¿Sabe qué representa? Paisaje antiguo de Inazuma. Da miedo. Ok, vamos a omitir todo esto para así pasar esto rápidamente. Aquí, mira que tenemos acá. Vamos, ya Miko. Ya le Miko. Miko, venga por acá. Véngale, metido en medio ahí. Metido en medio. Sí, señor. Claro, hay que meter a ese samurái en medio ahí. Véngale. Al 2x1 le dice a ese. Y esa parte de respeto. Pinche mo. Joder, casi me matan a Miko. Protogema, 5 protogemas. Ok, vámonos por acá. Acá vamos a tener que encender lámpara.
Hey, is that a mirror? There's a really weird looking stool as well. Wonder what it's for.
Ah, I see. This setup is quite handy. Saves me a lot of work. All right, go and take a look around. There should be a mechanism somewhere that makes the whole room move.
Ok, hay uno por ahí. ¿Qué tenemos por aquí?
Right now. Right here.
You're open.
Come on out. Right now. Incinerate!
Tukuyoki. Vamos por acá. Vamos a eliminar al enemigo que se encuentra por aquí.
Show them. Right here. Right now.
Vamos a ver qué tiene Miko. Ahí.
Emerge. Right here.
Joder, Miko. ¿El 2x1 le llaman a esto? Al mismo tiempo. A ver.
It's my lucky day.
Incinerate! I'll protect us. Oh no!
Shudder!
Finally, to the ferry. Finally, no.
Se ve totalmente misterioso esto por acá.
Let's dance.
Mico, ok. Ok, la lámpara está activada ahí. Entonces, la siguiente sería por acá. Por acá movemos aquí. Por acá tendríamos un enemiguillo. Mira que tenemos ahí. Mira ahí. Por ahí. Oh. Está poseído. Estaba poseído, estaba. No se puede mover.
I'm always watching. Come on out.
A ver, ¿qué le pasó? ¿Se desvaneció? Uy, uy, uy. No hay ningún cofre por ahí. Aquí que tenemos. Cofrecito, ven con papá. Y por acá. Ahora vámonos por qué. Vamos a bajar, vámonos a bajar. Falta una, ¿dónde está esa? ¿Dónde anda? Ok, si no me creo que estaría... Vamos por acá. Diría que está ahí abajo. No hay nada por aquí. La que está faltando la de la esquina por acá. Allá.
Emerge. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now.
You're open.
Creo que tenemos que hacer algo por acá. Sí, señor. Ahora sí va a aparecer la lamparilla arriba. Vamos por aquí. Y ahí estaría completo. Y nos vamos por acá. Sí, señor, ahí. Completito, completito. Ha cambiado el lado de la pintura.
Okay, next I will show you a secret kitsune spell. This painting is a swift summoning medium, which means I'll be able to skip many of the more tedious steps. The Murky Mirror reflects the view of Inazuma in a bygone age. Spirits stirred by the sight of the past will be easily drawn to it. You're up next, little one. Come on, sit yourself down here.
¿Cuál es tu plan, amigo?
The whole point of a summoning ritual is for a dead person's spirit to possess a living person's body. You saw what happened to that Oni samurai spirit. After leaving the host's body, he was only able to maintain his form for a very short time before disappearing.
Are we positive that summoning a spirit to possess the traveler isn't gonna have any lasting negative consequence?
Oh, you really care about the little one quite a lot, don't you?
Paimon está asustada ahí.
I wish my friends were caring like that. Anyway, are you scared, little friend? Sit on the chair, stare at the painting, and relax your body and mind. But try and be natural. There's really no need to be nervous.
It's like he's sitting inside the painting.
Sí.
Is Paimon seeing things? Did the painting just move?
Claro que sí, se va a seguir moviendo, moviendo y moviendo.
Recite the incantation in your heart, little one. Also, you'll need to have some intense thoughts going through. Now, what kind of wish do we think it would take to summon forth the author of A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits?
Probably something to do with writing?
Very good. The wish needs to be heartfelt, though, so let me help add a little realism to the equation. The book is selling exceptionally well, Traveler, but we're going to need an outline for Chapter 4 as soon as humanly possible. When is the earliest that you can turn it in by?
The painting is moving again! What the?
Claro que sí, se mueve la pintura. ¿Qué es lo que pasa? Ay, lo ha poseído. Y a durmiendo, está durmiendo. Sí, ha poseído. Ay, lo están durmiendo.
I never thought the day would come when I'd be summoned using my own ritual. Getting a taste of my own medicine. What have we here? Another budding writer? What's come over you all? Why is everyone wishing for help with their writing? Our novel...
We got you! So you're the one who wrote A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits. What are you trying to do, Why'd you put that summoning incantation in the book, huh?
Huh? What's this? Oh, I see. No wonder this felt so familiar. I've walked right into your trap. You ask me what my game is here? Well, of course. It was to use this incantation as a means for all the souls of the departed yokai to make their glorious return to the world.
What? Paimon knew it! You had an evil plan all along!
Oh, did you now? Then how naive of you to let me possess this body so easily. I sense, yes, great power within him. Good. Good! With this power, no one shall be able to stand in my way!
Como diga, como diga.
Wake up! Quick! Wake up! We gotta stop him!
It is futile. You shall never wake him again.
Hey! Come on, wake up! Don't let him take your mind! Miko, think of something! Miko! You're laughing?
Oh, Rakusai, you haven't changed a bit. You caught on so quickly.
Well, you made the face enough times that I couldn't exactly miss the hint. This is what you were going for, yes? Never one to stand on the sidelines of a good spectacle, are you? Always got to dive in and fan the flame? Look what you've done to this little flying...
Urakasa, amigo de Miko.
You were having plenty of fun playing the bad guy a moment ago. Now you're...
Rakusai? Miko, you guys...
Yes, we do. Of course we do.
Allow me to formally introduce the author of A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirit... no, wait. To be more accurate, it's Urakusai's memory.
Memory? But isn't he a spirit?
Ah, spirits, memories. They're just different words to describe the same thing. Something that comes from the ley line.
Do you remember that recent incident when the Rift Hounds were gnawing at the sacred Sakura's roots? You witnessed human memories leaking from the ley lines, didn't you? Well, since there are human memories, of course there are going to be yokai memories too. In life, yokai possess supernatural powers, and even when they are a shadow of their former selves from a bygone era, they still have the ability to control whether they are visible or not. Typically, yokai memories survive longer in the world than those of humans.
Indeed, indeed. I was wandering around the sacred Sakura's roots. What piqued my
Urakasa, ¿está bueno por de ti? Urakasa.
Oh, little, but with this
She's trying to...
disturbance?
Urakasa, está bueno, está bueno, está bueno, está bueno,
I
está
guess you
bueno.
mean that we might leave them with some broken
Vamos a adelantar este diálogo porque está durando demasiado. Y queremos ya la parte final para así completar el objetivo.
So when you think about it.
All right then.
What are you scared of, little one? Don't be deceived by her day-to-day antics. Miko is actually one of the most powerful yokai out there.
Not only that, Urakusai, but my latest work has beaten that book you wrote, A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits, to become the most popular in Inazuma.
Of course. You were never one to make extra work for yourself where you can help it. And yet you went to all these lengths to find my painting room, and even took the trouble to summon me. I knew you must have some ulterior motive. You were always the one to pick a quarrel with me when we all used to gather around and share stories. All right. You win, I lose. Happy now?
I finally get to hear you say it centuries later. Ooh, I must say it feels good.
I remember when you were just a little girl, always hanging off my shoulders. A few hundred years later...
Urakusai, how much time do you have left?
Not much. That goes for all of us, actually. Everyone's quite content in many ways, but they still can't help but ask, are we...
Don't you worry about that, Urakusai. Arrangements are... When my bell rings, it means the moonless night is upon us.
Great. Wonderful. Miko, it's been nice catching up, but I'd better conserve my energy if I want to stick it out until then. So, I'll be on my way now.
All right. Goodbye then, Urakusai.
one last thing, Miko. I just want to know, have you been well all these years?
I've been great, of course. Every day is a happy one. Especially these days. Not only do I have my light novels, but I've also met these two delightfully nosy outlanders. And even A is finally starting to come to her senses. Quite a miracle, given how pig-headed she can be.
Oh, well, great. That's fantastic.
Urakusai, you'd be right at home in this era. A great storyteller and artist like yourself would be the Yae Publishing House's ace in the hole. And I would personally be hounding you over your next installment.
Como diga, Urakusai se ha ido. Se fue Urakusai.
He disappeared.
Claro que sí, desapareció Urakusai.
How are you feeling?
Are you all there? Here, like last time, repeat after me. Oh, you beat me to it. Looks like your brain is intact. So, your first possession, what was it like?
Como diga.
Good. Saves me from having to Hearing Urakusai admit defeat has put me in the most wonderful mood. In return, it's only fair that we make sure to deliver on what they're all hoping for. Yes, though they only represent a tiny proportion of the memories in the ley lines, since you've come this far, why don't you do one last thing for me, hmm?
You cannot be serious, Miko! After all that, you still have more errands for us? You guys teamed up to scare Paimon just now. If you think Paimon's gonna do anything you ask for...
Aw, come on. I'm really only asking you to finish what you started.
Paimon, a Paimon, de que le hablan de dinero a Paimon, Paimon se pone rápidamente. Se pone nerviosa. Paimon la nerviosa hay que ponerle. Sí, señor. Paimon la nerviosita. Vamos por aquí. Paimon la nerviosa, Paimon la nerviosa. Y a ver. Ok, vamos ahora al gran santuario Narukami para hacer los últimos preparativos de la actividad. Por acá. Es rápido a través del teleport. Vámonos por aquí. Y vámonos por allá. Vámonos por aquí. Y luego por allá. Palillo de la suerte ahora que estamos acá. Como diga. Miko nos dará una indicación, ¿eh?
Well, hello there, my little helpers. So nice of you to join me.
As if we had a choice. We just want our paychecks. So, Miko, what exactly do we have to do to make this Hyakuyaku happen? Also, to be clear, we actually have no idea what it even...
It might sound ominous, but to put it simply, the Hyakuyaku is just a gathering of the yokai. Back in the day at yokai gatherings, once everyone had had plenty to drink, one by one they'd start soaring into the sky with their yokai powers. There were so many of them that their silhouettes would... But now, the yokai memories that leak from the ley lines are weak. They are no longer able to... So I will be performing a convocation ritual for them, gathering all the wandering memories together in one place. When the time comes, they will gather in the sky above the Gran Narukami Shrine. Once their energy is spent, they will be satisfied and return to where they belong. All the preparations for the ritual have actually been made well in advance. Remember the incantation and the mention of moonless night that I added to our novel?
Oh yeah! Something about reciting the secret spell Trials of Lady Kitsune.
That's the one. Actually, it's not a wish-granting incantation at all. It's a spell to help calm the ley line memories. When that time comes, let's all pitch in and help send them on their way. I will start the ritual preparation. First, tell the Shrine Maidens during the Hyakyako, a whole swarm of yokai memories will be hanging around in the air above the Gran Narukami. After that, I will commence the ritual, and the memories are normally dispersed and don't pose a threat. They may see this as an opportunity to try and make it up the mountain.
Alright, got it. Then what?
Well, if at that point you felt like coming to the shrine and getting a close-up view of the yokai, I wouldn't say no.
Okay, let's get going.
Vamos a darle con todo.
Descend the mountain?
Yep, Miko.
Claro que sí. Miko te da una orden, chica. Retírense del santuario Narukami.
Thank you for helping with.
Don't worry. Miko's about to start the ritual.
Ahora vamos a la siguiente parte.
Monsters down the mountain.
Y allá vamos, al infinito y al más allá. Vamos a dejar no cae por ahí.
The inside shall be punished. Let the show begin.
More speed.
Crush him! Fool! Be gone!
Crush!
Out of my sight! Got you!
Beg for mercy.
Motion to compel!
A ver, venga, véngale, venga, venga. Hija de tu tía. Me le he cagado fácilmente por ahí, a ver. Vámonos por acá. Este es el camino principal. Y como el camino principal, vamos a lo que vinimos.
These monsters look really riled up. Yep, let's
Vamos contra ellos, vamos contra ellos.
Crush!
Wind blade.
Shudder!
A ver por ahí.
Beg for mercy.
A ver. A ver, a ver. A ver, 2 por 1 ahí. ¿Dónde más? Vamos para acá.
Let's dance.
¿Qué más? ¿Quién más viene? Ok.
Wind blade. Finally. Light blade. To the fairy.
Shudder.
There's so
Ese
many
sueño.
of them. Come
¿Cómo?
on, you can do it. Motion to wrap up with flame.
Light blade.
Incinerate.
Véngale, véngale.
Don't hold back.
A ver ahí.
Show me what you've got. Allow me. Let's fight first.
Touché. Beg for mercy.
Don't hold back.
I'll protect us.
I dare you.
Crush. More speed.
I've been bested.
Beg for mercy.
Clear. I need to train harder.
Véngale. Adiós a todo. Que duerman bien.
How far along do you think the ritual is? Let's head back to the Gran Narukami Shrine and take a look.
Aquí arriba, como dejamos algo pendiente, vamos a conseguir ese material que no hace falta para más adelante. Vamos a eliminar a este enemigo.
Let the show begin.
Crush.
In the wind.
Out of my sight.
Shudder. Where are you? Beg for mercy. Shudder.
Wind blade.
Got you.
Permite bien. Ajá. Adiós. Ahora sí, vamos nuevamente a Gran Santuario Narukami. Por acá, a través del teleport. Sí, señor. Oh, yeah.
Yes, the memories of the yokai. They haven't been able to relax and soar through the air like this for a long time. Come with me. You all right, little one? You look a little nervous.
It's just, Hyman's never seen anything like this before. Whoa, they've really blocked out the moon.
It does look a little intimidating, doesn't it? But I know them. They may be loud and brash at times, but they are good and brave souls. Even after losing their lives in a brutal war, they have never given in to grief or despair. Alas, their time is short. It's a feast, and all feasts come to an end. Since you're sorry to see them leave, why don't you do the recital along with me? O Hakushin, cause of this enchantment, in reverence I perform this rite.
In reverence I perform this rite.
To be a guiding light.
Recite the secret spells of Lady Kitsune tonight, and our wishes will come true.
Oh, Hakushin, cause of this enchantment.
I perform this rite to be a guiding light. Your unrivaled power will be honored eternally.
Murakusai, you asked if I was doing well. Really, every day is a happy day for me. But watching you all leave now, I can't help but feel a little lonely. Just a little, of course. Just as I thought.
Bueno, gente, ahí tuvimos lo que fue la ceremonia final correspondiente a la gran ofrenda del santuario Narukami. La señorita Miko, pues, está muy bien.
I'm fine, seriously. No. Honestly, you two.
Miko.
Fine. Well, if you're dead set on doing something for me, you can treat me to...
Sure, no problem. A meal it is.
Okay. Well, see you soon then.
Como diga, pronto, pronto. Pronto no será. Espera el siguiente día, nos dice por acá. Vamos a adelantar el tiempo. Sí, a ver por acá. A ver. Otra vez. Joder, tío. Una comidita. Vamos nuevamente por aquí. Ahí. Adelantamos el tiempo rápidamente para así pues culminar ya con esta fascinante historia. El cual ha traído la versión 2.5 de Genshin Impact. Nada, mi gente, más el domingo o el lunes pues le vamos a traer una pequeña guía ahí correspondiente al evento que se encuentra en la zona de Encanomilla. Por acá, vámonos. Y por acá nos quedaría más bonito. Vámonos por acá, a este teleport. Vámonos por aquí, vámonos por acá. Restaurante Unyu. Uyu. ¿Qué es lo que dicen los del Toré?
Oh, wait is unbearable. How is the next chapter of the miraculous adventures of the traveler not released yet?
It was quite a surprise when the moonless night finally came.
Yeah, that huge black cloud over Mount Yogo that night. It just seemed to form out of nowhere.
But then nothing happened after I made a wish using the method in that book.
Yeah. I guess light novels are just fiction after all, huh?
That night was definitely the nail in the coffin for the incantations from novels fad. Still, something tells me the miraculous adventures of the traveler will remain an interesting series for a long time to come.
Huh? Paimon can't see Miko anywhere. Guess she's not out here.
Vamos a buscarla dentro del restaurante. Miko, ¿dónde tú andas, Miko? Vamos a culminar esto ya. Vamos a darle fin. Miko. Uy, uy, uy.
Ah, my little friends. There you are.
Miko, what is this? You started eating?
I did, yes. You're paying.
Miko, abusadora. No va a dejar un...
boss,
no me das una deuda
see these two
eterna.
faces here? Remember them. They're the ones picking up the bill later.
Alrighty.
What's gotten into you? Come on, sit. You have to try this fish. It's found exclusively in the waters around Seirai Island. They shipped it to Inazuma overnight, and it was still alive right up until Or maybe you'd rather try this? If you don't drink alcohol, that's fine too.
Miko! You were outright. Last time we were here working on the novel, all you ordered for us was the plainest kushikatsu!
Strange. I remember no such thing. Oh, so what? You did offer to treat me to a meal, didn't you? Anyway, I am something of a VIP, you know. Wouldn't you find it embarrassing to treat me anything short of lavishly?
Miko, this meal is going to be super expensive! Aren't you afraid?
Oh, don't you worry about that. You can most definitely afford it. They're still printing your light novel by the batch, you know. You have quite the generous payment due.
What? Oh, darn it! She tricked us into this! Miko was after our Mora from the very beginning!
No debimos bajar la guardia. Caímos en la trampa.
Oh, the looks on your faces right now. Too perfect. Oh, by the way, since nobody's wishes came true on the moonless night, novels with incantations are no longer... So you'll have to come up with something new for the next chapter of The Miraculous Adventures of the Traveler. The deadline is looming. I'm counting on you.
Claro que sí. Misión cumplida, mi gente. La gran ofrenda de Narukami, pues completada al 100%. Han dado 38.000 de morilla. Más o menos, y más o menos. Pues nada, gente, creo que está más que bien y suficiente, ya que esta historia, pues una historia sumamente fascinante correspondiente a la señorita Miko, en el cual, pues, como Podremos se va, hicimos el papel de exorcista, también el de creador o novelista, para así, pues, culminar esta historia con un desenlace sumamente exquisito. Pues nada, procedemos a invitar por última vez a cada una de las personas que nos sigue a través de este medio. Este es su canal para HD Game, al cual, pues, que si no se han suscrito, pues que lo hagan. Es totalmente gratuito y no tiene ningún costo. ¿Cómo lo hacen? Pues solamente tienen que darle el botón rojo en la parte derecha. Al ladito tiene la campana de notificaciones, para que así pues activen las notificaciones pues, de las diferentes actividades que venimos realizando a través de este medio. Es totalmente gratuito, sin ningún costo. También le pedimos por favor pues, que nos ayuden a seguir adelante compartiendo el contenido con sus amigos y familiares, comentando las inquietudes, quejas o sugerencias que tengan para nosotros. Y pues que no, pues dándole like si les gusta el contenido que les traemos a través de este medio. Pues nada, de mi parte ha sido todo en el día de hoy. Pues se despide de ustedes directamente desde República Dominicana para el mundo, su amigo para HD Game. Hasta luego, hasta el próximo video.
Thank you for the meal. I thoroughly enjoyed myself today. Oh, did I mention? A saw that convocation ritual we performed over the Gran Narukami shrine. I know she can be pig-headed, but it still took me by surprise when she wrote me a long and sternly worded letter about it, chastising me for taking this whole thing much too far. Ugh, I hardly see what all the fuss is about. Everyone seemed perfectly happy to me.